Hey guys, it's Colin, and the Nintendo Direct event just took place earlier this morning, so I got a short and sweet recap for you, including the main gist on some of the games that I thought looked most interesting to me and the release date, along with a few gems towards the end, so stay tuned, including the new Zelda. Let's take a look. So the first one up is the Fire Emblem Engage. The only reason I wanted to mention this one is because as a youngin', I played one of the OG versions of this game on the Game Boy Advance, Fire Emblem The Blazing Blade, and it was so sick. But anyways, this is another basically turn-based action RPG that the series is known for. New features: you can combine your hero powers using rings to do more damage during each RTS turn, which is pretty sick. Play as returning characters like Marth, Celica, and Sigurd. That's dope, the homies. Launches January 20th of 2023. And regular version includes just the game. Divine version includes the game, steelbooks, and other collectibles that, you could probably sell on eBay for some. It Takes Two to Tango. This one looks pretty cool simply because I like the sit-down co-op type games. This is one of those, but this one seems more for an actual couple, which is still fun regardless. So whether you got a girl, a dude, whatever, you can still play it with either just a homie or not. This is a platforming adventure puzzle game where you play as Cody and May, a couple whose relationship is basically on the edge. Apparently they get turned into dolls and they must reunite to work together in order to turn back to their bodies. So it's kind of a cool idea, I dig it. 2-player co-op, local or online. Launches November 4th. Pre-order right now. Next up is Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Volume 2 expansion. I think there's 3 expansions or volumes or something like that, but this is going to be Volume 2 expansion that's coming out. I know this game is super popular, so that's why I wanted to include it. New character introduction by the name of Ino, I believe, if I'm getting that right, who basically has like a really cool mech gameplay ability. She wears like a big suit. New challenge battles for better items and loot. The launch is to be announced, but I guess probably in 2023, so we'll see. SpongeBob SquarePants: The Cosmic Strike by THQ Nordic, incredible studio. Who doesn't love SpongeBob? So, new cosmic world to explore. All characters are voiced by the original actors, which I thought was super dope, and launches sometime in 2023 as well. Oddballers by Ubisoft. This game just kind of looked goofy, kind of fun. 6-player local or online gameplay. I was like, oh, that looks cool. I don't know, check out the gameplay, you'll see it in the background. Launches early 2023, so that should be cool. Keep your eye out. This next game, Story of Seasons: A Wonderful Life by Xseed Game Studio. This game just looks super interesting to me and noteworthy because it has a cool aging mechanic where like you, the townspeople, and even the kid that you can have, if you do so, literally grows up in the game and will you can assign him a job, or however you raise him, he or her, they'll get a job in that field or something. So it's kind of cool. It reminds me of like a Stardew Valley, but this is more 3-dimensional. It looks actually pretty good. You get to nurture crops, raise livestock, make new friends with the town people, romantic relationships, all that stuff. And this one launches summer of next year, so keep an eye out for that. That one looks pretty cool. Splatoon 3 Splatfest is basically just an in-game event. I thought this was kind of noteworthy only because I played Splatoon 2 a whole bunch and absolutely dominated every lobby because simply I used a pro controller and it made it so easy that players essentially felt like they turned into bots. So I would highly suggest you hook up a controller as well when you play that game and just dominate on fools. But this event is happening September 23rd, 5 p.m. PST to the 25th that weekend, 5 p.m. PST, and it's over. Keep an eye out. Mario & Rabbids Sparks of Hope by Ubisoft. Never played it. Looks kind of fun. I heard Mario & Rabbids games are pretty sick, so I don't know. I was like, oh, this looks cool. Included on the list. Some people might like this, some people might not. Galactic Free Roam Adventure RPG. Sounds cool. New skills and items in the series, so I'm not sure what's really new or not, but you can tell me in the comments below. I'd appreciate it. That launches October 20th of this year. Gold Edition launches with basically some new skins and a season pass, as all the games do nowadays. This one I was super hyped about when they announced it. New N64 games, so I'll go through the list real quick. Pilot Wing 64 launching in 2022. Mario Party 1 and 2 launching this year. Mario Party 3 coming next year. Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2 also coming next year. 1080 snowboarding and Excitebike 64 or Excitebike 64 coming next year. Excitebike is so good, man. I played so much of that on the N64. And lastly, the game that I know everyone loves if you're around my age, 007 GoldenEye, to be announced in 2023, but I'm sure it'll probably be like summer, maybe fall. But keep an eye out for GoldenEye. You got to play it. One of the best games ever. Some more Switch games coming include Factorio by MistahMOB Software, something like that. I played this game a whole bunch on Steam. Incredible game, management simulator. Basically started in early access on Steam, and it's just grown since there. Super cool. That'd be fun to play on the go on the Switch, so I'm excited for that. You scour resources, build machines and assembly lines, and basically you got to fend off like aliens and whatnot from your factory. It's pretty cool. It gets in depth, gets hard as hell, but it's worth the challenge. That one's launching this year, October 23rd. Everyone knows a Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, so I had to include this one. The booster course pass, if you have that, is getting 2 new courses. First one is Merry Mountain, which I believe is from, what did they say that was from? It was from the previous game, I'm not sure. And then Peach Gardens. Also, both of those maps look super cool. You'll see it in the background. Hyped for that. That launches this holiday season, so I think around December era. But yeah, that looks sick. And of course, you know, they brought out some like Pikmin stuff, and of course the first thing they brought out was a smartphone game. So felt I'd talk about this. Pikmin Bloom is basically just like Pokemon Go with a reskin. Plant flowers, raise and feed your own Pikmin. Pikmin are sick, I enjoy them, but you know, it's kind of just literally like Pokemon Go. You take it with your smartphone. You got a step counter, augmented reality features, photos, sharing, stuff like that. Launch date was to be announced, so not quite sure. But also Pikmin 4 is coming to the Switch, which I heard this game was in development for a long time, so that should be kind of cool. They didn't give us a whole lot of details really, but they did say that we'll play at the eye level of a Pikmin, which is very, very small. So you'll see that in the gameplay, and I don't know, it looks neat, something different. That's coming sometime next year as well. They didn't really say much. Bayonetta 3, I've never actually played one of these Bayonettas. I've seen it be played and it looks kind of cool, but I just wanted to include this. Seems super popular, action RPG, new enemies, new gameplay, new allies to team up with. That's coming October 8th, 2022 this year. So keep an eye out for that if you're interested. Next up, we got Resident Evil Village. You know that game. It's been out for a minute. A lot of people have played through it. But this is the cloud version coming to Switch. So it's going to use, it's the same game, just using online cloud technology. So you got to be connected at all times, but it's streaming, higher assets, and you know, more data, I guess, to look better, play better. Who knows? Input lag. Don't know, but that's coming October 28th of this year. The free demo is available now for Resident Evil Village, so check that out if you have a Switch. And the Winter's expansion, that's coming later, December 2nd, I believe, 2022 this year. So that looks cool. I haven't seen anyone play through the Winter's expansion, but I'll be watching, maybe even streaming it. Sifu by the studio Slow Clap. Great studio name, like SLO Clap, super dope. It's a kung fu action brawler. If you fall in combat, this is like the coolest mechanic. If you fall in combat, you die basically. Your character ages a year, and you got to learn from that, but you must defeat the game basically before your character dies of old age. So if you die 95 times and you're on your next life, your dude is 96. So he's pushing it, but he does have that wisdom. So, you know, he's got to play it by year. Get it? Coming November 8th, 2022. Pre-orders are open now. Check it out on the eShop. So the next 5 games I'm going to list is basically rapid fire. They gave it to us rapid fire style too. So let's take a look. Basically, first up, Life is Strange Arcadia Bay Collection. That's coming September 27th of this year. Romancing Saga Minstrel Song Remastered. That's coming December 1st of this year. Pre-order is open right now, I believe. Lego Brick Tales. That game actually looks kind of fun. You get like build your Legos and stuff. That's coming fall of this year. Disney Speedstorm. Looks like a good racer, I suppose. Not a whole lot of good racers on Switch, so check that out. That's coming up later this year. And Fall Guys Season 2 is dropping on September 15th, which is like 2 days from now. So that's pretty cool. Check it out. All right, now we're down to the last 2 games that I have on my list. Kirby Return to Dreamland Deluxe, new mecha copy ability. So, you know, you can copy a whole bunch of abilities by ingesting whoever it is. So that's kind of cool. She gets like a little jetpack, key sheet, whatever it is. It gets a new jetpack, looks pretty fun. Local play, up to 4 players, and each player can have a different ability, which is kind of sick. I was like, oh, that's cool. New collection of sub games to enjoy, just little party games. And that launches February 24th of next year. So that's coming up. And lastly, the big game we all wanted to see, this is what I was waiting for, and they hold it off to the end, was the new Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. I'm gonna like talk about this one a little bit longer, but check out the gameplay. It looks sick. Massive open world, floating cities. As it looks, you basically jump off a floating city for days. New glider that he lands on, which looks sick. It looks to be like using the same game engine as Breath of the Wild. I think that's a good thing, honestly, because that game was incredible. So looking forward to this. New mechanics as well, so that should be pretty sick. I mean, it just all around looks like an incredible game, like some new climbing abilities or something. I'm sure there's a whole bunch of new under the hood stuff that they tweaked and improved and added, so massively looking forward to that. That launches May 12th, 2023. Mark your calendars. That game is going to be massive. I don't know when they're taking pre-orders, but you best know that I'm going to get my pre-order in on that for sure. And that's it for all the games, guys. Hope you enjoyed the recap of today's Nintendo presentation. If you're new to the channel, a sub would be splendid, and leave a like on the video if you found it informative, or a dislike if not. It really does help with the algorithm. I appreciate it. Check out my socials. They're all at MistahMOB, and I'll be live tonight on Twitch. See you guys there. See you in the next one. Peace.
They love it when I turn up the bass.